it's Di, and I wanted to do a video talking about my hypothetical or dream Disney vacation. Basically what I would change if things were different from the situation that I explained yesterday of what we're going to be doing on this trip. Basically the main thing I'm going to be talking about today is different Disney resorts and where I would probably stay if I didn't have family that I was basically staying with down in Florida. So if you missed yesterday's video, you might want to watch that one first because that's going to make this video make sense. So for my hypothetical Disney vacation, and obviously this is kind of an interesting video for me because it's not just hypothetical. We're really at a point where my dad may sell his house in Florida at some point in the future, and then this no longer becomes a hypothetical, it becomes a decision that I will be making. So this is something that has been interesting for me to look into and really narrow down my choices, and I thought it would be fun to kind of share my opinion on different places with you guys, but then also open up a really good discussion is what I'm hoping down in the comments about maybe different resorts you stayed at, what your favorite parts were about those resorts, and just some different points that may occur to you as you're watching. So that's what I'm hoping for this video. So the main difference for a future Florida vacation from this one would possibly be the sleeping arrangements or where we would be staying. Pretty much everything else I would see for us being the same. We'd still, fly down there, would possibly drive, but we'll say for theoretical sense, would possibly fly down there, be renting a vehicle once we're there, and the food situation would probably be the same. Eat on property part of the time, eat on property the other part of the time. And so the really big difference then comes down to where we're staying at. And so right off the bat, just to get it out of the way, I'd say if we did not have kids, I would probably stay at the Grand Floridian or Coronado Springs. I think that those are two really great resorts that are very elegant and classy and seem to be more adult oriented. But that being said, with children, I think that there's probably some resorts that would fit our needs a lot better. So I have gone through and I found a really great website that I wanted to share with you guys. In fact, I actually brought my website up to show it to you guys. It's called WDW, Walt Disney World Prep School, and it basically had like a pros and cons list of every single resort, and I kind of already knew a couple of them that would probably be my favorites, and obviously things could change a year or two down the line just depending on when our family vacation home is no longer available. But for current time, I think that these would probably be my choices with kids that are a younger age. And then I also have a couple of resorts that I would probably more consider if the kids were a little bit older. So what I mean by that is pretty much I think one of the best pools on the property is the Beach Club Villas and Resort, and their pool is amazing. It is gorgeous. I love pools when I'm on vacation. In fact, when I was younger or even like high school, college age, you would find me by the pool most frequently if I was not inside a theme park. Like I love just hanging out by the pool. And so pools with kids are a very fun thing, but I probably wouldn't center our vacation around the pools at the places, if that makes sense, until the kids are a little bit older. Obviously my kids can't swim yet. We have them in swim lessons off and on, but they're still young enough that they can't swim yet. So while the pool will be something that we use, it may not be the most important part about the vacation. So while the Beach Club and Villas would be on my list to look at, probably wouldn't end up being number one. Another selection of resorts that probably would not be in my top three, but I would consider with kids, would be the Disney Yacht Club or Caribbean Beach resorts. And those resorts I like just have a very vacation-y feel, if that makes sense. And also with the Caribbean Beach one, they have the pirate rooms, and there is a pirate pool at one of them. So just like that kind of pirate theme would be very fun, I think, for one vacation. I don't know if I'd want to stay there every single one, but it might be fun to try out once. But still, I don't think would make it in the top three. So the top three, after looking at all the resorts, and I really think it would come down to one of these three places, and unless our needs changed, if the kids were a lot older whenever we didn't have a vacation house to stay at down there and that sort of thing. And in no specific order, my top three would probably be the Polynesian, the Art of Animation, and the Animal Kingdom Lodge. And those would probably be my top three choices for where I would look at. They're also three very, very different resorts, so I really would have to decide the feel of the vacation that we were going for. First of all, the Polynesian, I love this resort. We've gone there to eat a number of times. They have a great meal, and just the whole atmosphere at the resort is really, really cool. It's definitely got, obviously as the name states, that Polynesian beachy island feel to it, and I think that would be a really fun vacation. Their pool is also gorgeous. I think it's a little bit smaller than some of the other ones, but the pool is gorgeous and the view is amazing. So they're right across the lake from Magic Kingdom, and I believe from a lot of the rooms you would have that gorgeous view. So I think just combined with the feel of the resort and the view, it would probably be one of my top picks, and I think that the kids would really enjoy it as well. The next choice is going to be a lot more for the kids, but it is art animation, and I think definitely if they were younger, like basically not that much older than the age they are now, this would probably be where we end up. So it's very like, it's not as much like a resort as it is like more cartoonish. It's kid oriented. I mean, it's Disney World. What are you gonna do? But I love that like there's an Ariel theme a lot on the outside, and the pool has like that kind of like under the sea theme. I think the kids would love that. And also the rooms kind of have that kind of cartoonish, very themed look to them. So I think that the kids would really enjoy that. It's one of the newer resorts. So it's one of the few resorts I've not actually seen. I've just seen pictures of. Most of the resorts I have visited, and I did at one point a resort tour, just going to different resorts and eating at their different restaurants and that sort of thing. So I have seen most of the resorts. Art of Animation is actually one that I have not seen, but I think just on the information that's out there about it in the pictures, I think it would be a really great fit for us because I think the girls would enjoy it. And since we'd be renting a car, you know, we could pretty much get wherever we wanted to get and that sort of thing as well. And then the last choice that I think would be in my top 3 that I would consider for future Disney trips if we, you know, were needing a resort there to stay at would be the Animal Kingdom Lodge. I think that this would be a very cool place to stay at least once. And my kids love going to the zoo. They just love that whole atmosphere. So I think it'd be a cool place to stay, especially if you had that view of the savannah or whatever they call it. If you have that view, and I think it would just be a really neat experience for them to have once. Again, I think it's one of those resorts I would probably stay at once or twice. But I think for most of the resorts, unless I just really went to it and loved it, I think with kids I would probably want to stay at a different resort each time is really how I feel. So out of these 3, my top 3, I'd probably say the Polynesian is my personal favorite at current time, and obviously I haven't seen Art of Animation in person yet. But probably the Art of Animation may be the best fit with very, very small children. Either that or Animal Kingdom may actually be a better fit, but I think any of those top 3 would be extremely fun from anywhere from their age to about 4 or 5 years from now. And then once they were upper grade school age, I would probably change my selections and they'd be a little bit different based on age. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about for the future. And let me know your favorite resorts to stay at whenever you go to Disney World. What Disney World resorts do you like to stay at, and which hotels have been your favorite on property? And I will say that I know I've had the Wilderness Lodge recommended to me in the past, and I'm not very into like camping and like cabins and the whole woodsy thing. I'm just not. So for some reason that doesn't appeal to me at all. I very much like when I'm on vacation, like the whole like beachy, you know, island theme. I love pools. So one that I didn't mention that I think would be on my list when they were a little bit older would be the boardwalk. I love that feel of just, you can throw on some flip-flops and go walk around. It's why downtown Disney is like literally one of my favorite places on the planet. I love downtown Disney. Like I could go there every single night and like not get sick of it while we're on vacation. Apparently, according to my father, he's gotten sick of it, but I guess after you live there for 10 years, maybe the appeal wears off. But anyhow, I feel like I could go there a ton of times and never tire of it. But I think Boardwalk, once they got a little bit older, would be more age appropriate for them. So my top 3 that I would consider at this point would be the Polynesian, Art of Animation, and Animal Kingdom Lodge that I think with small children, preschoolers, or very young grade school age would be good. And let me know your picks. What do you think would be good for that younger age? What do you think would be good for older grade school age? And this is just going to be a fun topic for me to talk about. Like I said, this is probably going to be more fun for me than anyone else. But I just really want to start thinking about this for the future and future trips as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know what your picks for Disney vacation resorts are down below, and I'll be very interested to see your responses. So thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.